Hello, Delaware County. Welcome to Off the Record with your weekly highlights of county news from The Reporter, Delaware County's finest news source. I'm Andrew Cantor with the latest of what's happened and happening in the county this week. This edition of Off the Record is brought to you by Decker Advertising. If you've got a school or a business or a team you want to promote, a Facebook post ain't going to do it. You want to get the word out with banners and t-shirts and lawn signs, car magnets, or more. The more often people see your message, the better they'll remember it. So give a call to Decker Advertising. You'll be surprised how little it can cost to create custom signs, clothing, and all sorts of other products. Get a free estimate and maybe some great ideas too. Call them at 607-746-2178 or visit dckr.com. So you might remember there was a bit of a kerfuffle just before the election over the removal of the county's only outdoor ballot box. It was outside the Board of Elections building in Delhi. Board of Supervisors Chair Tina Mole ordered the box removed without asking either party's election commissioner or even notifying the public. Mole cited security concerns without providing any kind of evidence, and it led to a bunch of finger-pointing. And it didn't help that she claimed that candidates asked for the box to be removed, but turned out none of the candidates actually did. Anyway, a new state law makes it clear that local election boards need to give public notice when they install a drop box like the one in Delhi, and presumably when they try to have them removed. The idea is to make voting more accessible, and the new law should mean the drop box remains in place. Here's an alert for Hamden. The town is increasing its fees for licensing dogs by $1 a year. But it is also adding a $10 per month late fee, although that can be waived if the town clerk thinks you're at least trying to get the license. The old Kmart building in Sidney is a blight. It's boarded up, it's unsafe, it's beyond saving. It needs to be demolished, and Delaware County's Economic Development Director Glenn Nealis is hoping to score up to $1 million from the perfectly named New York State Vacant Property Clearing Program to do just that. If Nealis can get the grant, the building, and the unnamed contaminant inside it would be removed with prejudice and then advertised for sale as a commercial lot. And right now, by the way, it's owned by the Delaware County Industrial Development Agency, the IDA. This episode is also brought to you by Klinger Power Sports. Whether you're looking for an ATV, a UTV, snowmobile, a trailer, or some kind of an accessory, check out Klinger Power Sports in Walton or visit them at klingerpowersports.com. And that's Klinger with a K. Hamden is patiently waiting for a bunch of government money to come into town. It's getting more than $250,000 from the state's Highway Improvement Fund and up to $52,000 from FEMA. The state money is to reimburse the town for a bunch of road improvements. That's why it's called a Highway Improvement Fund. And the FEMA money, it's actually from projects that started back in 2018, and that is the pace of government. The town is looking ahead to some new projects too, projects that FEMA will pay for, like storm repair, culvert replacements, and road stabilization, because nobody wants unstable roads. The village of Delhi got itself a $50,000 grant from the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority, and that's so the village can buy an electric car, a Nissan Leaf, and a charging station for it. The Leaf will, ironically, replace the Dodge Charger, get it? The Charger that the village sold, and it will be the village's only official vehicle for employees to use to travel around the state. The $50,000 is actually the third of 3 energy grants the village got from the state. The others, which only totaled $15,000, were used to install energy-efficient heat pumps in the village hall, which replaced the noisy air conditioners that had been there. There's a lot more Delaware County news in this week's edition of The Reporter. Here's some quick headlines. Anastasia Gavette, who is studying forensic science and crime scene investigation at Hilbert College, was approved to ride along for a couple of months with the Colchester Police Department. Conveniently, her father is an officer in the department. And a reminder that you can't park overnight on Route 28 in Andes until April 1st, just in case the road has to be plowed. And that means on any night, even if it's not snowing. And finally, if you're in Hamden, remember that you have 24 hours after a snowstorm to clear the sidewalks in front of your property, or the town will hire a contractor and bill you for the work. And that's all for starters. Remember, to get all the news that matters to you and your Delaware County community, subscribe to The Reporter at the-reporter.net or call 607-464-4009. We'll see you next week.